The notices of the victims of Krzysztof S were received by the district prosecutor's office in Warsaw in 2018. The well-known musician was alleged to have committed pedophilia offenses in 1997 to 1999 and 2017. During the investigation, it was determined that only one act was not time-barred. The incident occurred in 2017 in Puławy during a jazz workshop for children and young people, which was conducted by Krzysztof S himself. On July 14, 2023, the Warsaw District Prosecutor's Office filed an indictment against Krzysztof S for an act under Article 200, Paragraph 1 of the Criminal Code, namely, sexual abuse of a minor under the age of 15. The suspect did not admit to committing the alleged act and refused to give explanations in the case. The indictment was sent to court on July 14th. Currently, pedophile crimes are subject to the statute of limitations after 20 years. According to the report Swamp by Mariusz Zielke, Krzysztof S. harmed at least 40 children over 50 years. Starting in October, penalties for pedophiles will be toughened. Thanks to the action of the Ministry of Justice, a package of regulations has been prepared, among other things, ensuring that the statute of limitations for the crime of pedophilia does not expire, and on October 4th, I believe, they will already be coming into force, and from then on, there will be no more statute of limitations for this crime. According to Mariusz Zielke, the case he is investigating is the biggest scandal in the history of Polish show business and the biggest pedophile scandal in Poland. In the documentary Swamp, there are shocking testimonies of the victims. The author has collected 400 hours of material and announced further parts of the documentary. It was only after I disclosed this case in 2019 that new people came forward with cases that are not time-barred, and this indictment could be brought to court. While it is important to remember that the case is very difficult, it will be very difficult to carry it out at all, but we cannot as a society let it go. Mariusz Zielke has established that the case was overlooked by the liberal left media. The editors of Gazeta Wyborcza knew about the Krzysztof S case a year before Mariusz Zielke. The editors of internet portals, newspapers, television stations, and journalists, including the authors of documentaries on pedophilia in the church, the Sekielski brothers, refused to cooperate with him. I can't imagine that no one suddenly knew that all of this was going on. I don't know, behind closed doors on top of that. People had to know about it. They just had to. And it took so many years to get an indictment. In addition, Mariusz Zielke claims that attorney Artur Nowak, who introduced him to the case, at least since June of 2018, had ironclad evidence prejudging Krzysztof S.'s guilt, including a confession. Zielke spoke in the video about 200,000 złoty. If this is true, then we also have a crime committed by the lawyer, because he was approached first by the victims, and he accepted the money from the perpetrator. This is a completely unacceptable situation, not only contrary to ethics, but also contrary to the law. Krzysztof S. will face a district court in Puławy. He faces up to 12 years in prison.